Um, okay, hi. So I'm Kim, and I am the founder of Future Female Society. We set up the organisation, or I set up the organisation 4 years ago to support women and girls and to help raise aspiration and combat underachievement and try and change the world, basically. So our flagship program is More Than Mum, and we've been running this now for about 4 or 5 years. We've run 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 in Ipswich, and we're now starting to run in Felixstowe and Stowmarket. More Than Mum for me came from a very personal place of being a young mum. I had my son when I was 19, and I just very much felt that I was very isolated. I felt very lonely. I felt very written off. And so when I got the chance many, many years later to set something up that I felt could support girls, particularly and women who had been in my situation, then I jumped at the chance. And so that's why I set up More Than Mum. I wanted to develop a program that I felt could really help, could really support, could help combat some of that isolation, could help build confidence, and that also didn't feel like a kind of cliquey mum and baby group. It's really about you as an individual, rather than, how often are you breastfeeding and when's your, milk coming or whatever. So that's what More Than Mum's about, really. And I'm privileged to now be joined, this is the first year, joined by some wonderful facilitators. And so they're going to introduce themselves, facilitators and volunteers. It's marvellous, it's all happening. So yeah, Lisa, do you want to introduce yourself?
Cool. Hi, I'm Lisa. So I started volunteering with More Than Mum in January, February, beginning of this year. So helped out Kim in Ipswich, and unfortunately couldn't finish the course as we intended to, as we went into lockdown, which I guess what's the word? I guess there was struggles that we had to face and challenges that we had to overcome. So that was very interesting. But then Kim asked me to facilitate this new session, so starting in October. So again, it's been challenging and interesting, but it's been good so far. I'm really enjoying reaching out to other mums and just empowering them to be the best versions of themselves, I think is, yeah.
It's the first time we've had to try and run it online as well, because obviously because of the
pandemic. And I think that's it. I think especially for me, I think I had a certain way that I thought I was going to do things, and that's not quite worked out, which is fine. But we're getting there.
We're regrouping. We're using creative thinking, which is one of the things, one of the sessions we will talk about. Okay, Imani?
Hi there, I'm Imani Sorrendo. Hi there. Sorry, there seems to be a little bit of a lag my side with internet, but greetings everyone. Hi, nice to meet you. I've known Kim for years. We used to go to a teenage disco together. And it's amazing how our paths have crossed again. And so Kim used to invite me in when I was working as adult education advisor and manager, putting on courses for adults 19 plus. And she also felt that I could share my story, because I was a teenage mom. I had my daughter at 15 and struggled through to finish off my education at evening school while wanting to be there for my daughter. There were many obstacles and challenges in my way, but I was very determined to become a teacher and to continue my work empowering the community. And so I work as a volunteer in the community in Ipswich, but also now I've set up my own business as a holistic health practitioner. I also go into prisons as well, working with men in terms of their well-being. But I work mainly with women. I work around the empowerment of women and the health of women, because I'm well aware of many of our challenges, really. So I've been doing the More Than Mums for Stowmarket. There is a few people from Ipswich on there as well because of the lockdown. It's all online. And I've been really thoroughly enjoying it. And the mums who have been coming are getting a lot from the sessions. They're building their confidence, and more importantly, they're not so isolated at this time.
Brilliant. Thanks, Imani. It's a shame about the time lag, but you still managed to look super cool, even though your voice is kind of behind you. It's brilliant.
I know.
Okay, Amy, hey, do you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, hi everyone. I'm Amy. This is my kitchen. It's actually so much tidier than it looks.
No judgment, no judgment.
So I've been volunteering at More Than Mum not through the lockdown, but since things kind of like loosened up, opened up a little bit, because I've been on furlough from my work. I'm normally a textile designer, so that's freed me up to be able to get involved with what Kim's doing. I think Kim and I have got probably quite similar stories and quite a lot in common. When we talk about things, we seem to have been through quite a lot of the same stuff. But my son's 11 now. He's just started high school. And I think what I love about what Kim's doing is that I feel like I used work quite a lot to assert myself and get back my identity after I had my son. I got a job at the leisure centre in Stowmarket when he was like under 1. It was just like 8 hours a week, but it was just like something to be away where I didn't even have to tell people that I had a baby if I didn't want to. It wasn't because I was embarrassed, just because it was just, just because it's just nice to sometimes break out of that. But I've always used work, and I've always had my own stuff going on, be it education or, like I say, different jobs. But I've always felt quite guilty about that. I think sometimes wanting to get back to work and wanting to have your own identity is hard enough to do in the midst of nappies and dinners and school runs and guilt.
Yeah.
But sometimes you're not encouraged to do that either. Sometimes we have to kind of explain that, or it means that you're not. Some people think that maybe you're not as maternal as others if you kind of want to get back into the workplace or seek something for yourself. So I think it's really lovely to have a safe space that is so parent and female focused. I love to have conversations that don't involve my son. I love him. He is great. I really, really like him. After all of this time, I've decided I'm going to keep him. I'm going to let him stay. But I do like to have stuff that doesn't involve him, and that's not a bad thing. Yeah. So it's just great to have a space where we can all do that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I used to tell Liam I'd take him back to Woolworths. I can't say that now.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Okay, thank you, ladies. Thanks for your input. And we're going to hopefully see everyone later when we, or another time when we send out some sessions. First time ever recording sessions. Ooh.
Hey, it's going to be exciting.
I know.